Desert islands get old really fast. If you're marooned on a desert island, you want to be anywhere else after the first little while. Once the thrill wears off and you're out of margaritas, you want something that will take you as far away from that desert island as possible. And because of her tremendous, beautiful research and detail in this book, will totally immerse you and will take you so far off that desert island, you will forget you're on it and you'll forget that you're out of margaritas. And that is why this is the book to take to the desert island.
Anyway, historical accuracy, the same thing that happened.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, historical accuracy and the research that went into this is phenomenal. And so it just gives and gives and gives. It's wonderful. And yeah, and it covers a 50-year span, and you'll be engaged everywhere it goes, from Chicago to London to wherever.
So if you're there for 50 years, you've got to have this one. Okay.
If you pick this one, you're actually picking 10 different books because there's so much to it. So it's a book of beautiful photos and images. You might use them for writing prompts or dreaming on the beach. Practical tips on what mushrooms to pick and not pick. Recipes like spruce tip vodka, for example, if you are needing a drink. Very interesting anecdotes and stories, lots of recipes, and just a treasure. This is a book that every time you open it, you find something else in it. So it's like the gift that keeps on giving. So if you wanted one book that's worth 10 books with so much to also save your life and entertain you, that'll be it.
Well, actually, any book is good on a desert island because you can start fires with the pages, and they're also useful for hygienic purposes. But this book, because the author deals with so many adverse situations and how to think them through.
Is it? I think it's going to go to Ryan! Oh, I think we have
Note that Stephen Reed's a good guy to have with you on desert island because he's usually on parole, so they're going to be looking for him. But in all seriousness, because of that combination of a sense of humor and how thoughtful he is, it's a good man to have when you're stuck somewhere.
So Susan Musgrave would be an amazing companion. She's known as a poet and novelist, but she's also a stand-up comedian, political commentator, eco-feminist, rebel, and mother. So I would love to spend a long, long time with her. There would never be a dull moment. She's knowledgeable. She would save my life, stop me from eating poisonous things. Great foraging skills. And I think she'd be fun, positive. She's a lover of life and a survivor. She'd be great company.
Oh, Stephen Price is 42 and really cute. But other than that, I think he's got a lot to say.
I would want to be on a desert island with somebody that was just that lovely to be around. Thoughtful, engaging, good conversationalist, has a lot to talk about. I just think, and I would want somebody to be copacetic on that desert island.
Is it Ryan again? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think we have
So she's accomplished so many things in this one book. It's beautiful, it's visually stunning, it's organized, it's user-friendly, it has great recipes, source book, great stories. So all of these things, I think I would be extremely proud if I had written anything close to this magnificent book on the table here. And maybe most importantly, I'm just touched by how it's a tribute to people and place very dear to a writer's heart. So it's a legacy book, and if I could write one day, that would be great.
The book that I wish I'd written, of course, is Half-Blood Blues. I read it right after it won the Giller, and I read it because Essie was so lovely, Essie, whose name I can't pronounce properly, and because it's so beautifully researched. Like I love historical fiction. I write historical fiction, and I love really good research where it's not obvious, it's not forced at you, it's just seamlessly woven into the narrative, and that's what she does so very beautifully. Plus the switching back and forth between eras so seamlessly that when you're back to 1993, you go, oh, thank God, now I get to find out what's happening. And then when you get back to 1940s, oh, thank God, now I get to find out what's happening. That is the kind of book I want to write.
Well, I wish I had the patience to write this. Yeah, it takes so much research. It's just like Essie, doing a tremendous amount of research, and he's gotten the vernacular of the time. He's done a tremendous amount. And again, I wish I could write this kind of novel. It'd be great.
On to Tom.
Yeah, I think research is all very well, but but a book that comes out of lived experience, I think, has extra dimensions to it that you don't get through research. And since Stephen's books really are a fictionalized account of his own experiences, I think it adds a power and punch that no amount of poring over information is going to
Oh, very good. Agree? Yes! Yes! Oh, I think we have a... Okay.
I'm going to go first.
You are.
Well, I think I'd take Susan Musgrave's book. How's that? Oh, Bernard! I know. But this one shows the 1880s, 1840s to 1880s. But I think if you want something in a time capsule, that's what I think.
I think this is a good book for the time capsule because it really captures how complicated our era is morally. So you have crooked cops and honest crooks, and you have the tension between hedonism and deprivation, and between that whole spectrum of relationships in the book between betrayal and loyalty. And so I think it's a wonderful reflection of just how complex our era is.
The thing about Half-Blood Blues is that it shows an important part of history, a very defining moment of our history as human beings on this planet. And it also shows moments of hope. I mean, the whole Second World War story is an amazing story that shows the resilience and the courage of humans, as well as how dark we can be, and what's not to like about jazz. Okay.
What if this book is a preview to our future world where you can't find avocado and pineapple at the co-op in the middle of January, and we all need to really think about our life skills, and these people at Haida Gwaii, they have it figured out, and they are the ones who are thriving, and the rest of us are wondering how on earth to get fed and feed our children. Maybe it's an interesting little look into our future.
You think? Oh, we're going to be taking Jack Rabbit parole! Oh, I think we have a... Awesome, well, thank you very much. I'd like to thank all the panelists today. Let's give them a round of applause. And thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. It's been super fun for us, and we've really enjoyed highlighting some of who we've got coming.